welcome to the energy reading for August. And actually, before we get started, let's just recap what the reading for last month, the month of July, was offering us. And, you know, it was all about recognizing that we are in the midst of this great shift, this great awakening. And so whether you're aware of it or not, it's really starting to recognize that the old ways of being, the old paradigm is falling away. You know, living in a reality where it was a lot of struggle and suffering and pain. You know, we're really able to shift out of that now and choose higher conscious living, heart-centered living. And, you know, experiences where it's respectful, where it's enjoyable, where, you know, it's just a lot lighter than what we've been experiencing over many, many years, decades and centuries. And so July was asking us to really recognize where we're creating our reality from. Are we in that old mindset of lack and fear, or are we creating from this higher timeline, from this focused attention on what it is we do want to experience? And I know for me, you know, there were times I had to really check in again. You know, am I the conscious creator of my reality, or have I fallen back into an old program? And, you know, as I was releasing behaviors and situations that no longer serve me, you know, I noticed like grief coming up. I was experiencing some grief as old ways of being were just, you know, falling away. And so with that, you know, it takes courage to allow that process to happen. And, you know, a deep surrendering, just allowing what no longer serves you to fall away with greater ease and grace. All right, so with that said, let's see what the energies have got for August. And of course, we're moving into the Lion's Gate. And the Lion's Gate is, you know, an empowering energy, really, again, adding on from what we were going through in July, to really step into our power, to really claim back our power where maybe we've given it away in the world to other people or situations, and to really stand in our power. You know, that lion energy represents being the leader of our reality, stepping into our leadership, and it's bringing in new light rays from the galactics, from Sirius, to enable us to shift into that higher reality, higher state of consciousness, and opening up new pathways for us, essentially. So we're really being empowered here, really being given new awareness to make those shifts, make those choices that are in alignment with what we want to create. So I'm going to just shuffle the cards quickly. While I'm shuffling, just take a moment to think about an area of your life where you would like more guidance, perhaps where you do need to step more into your power, call back your power. And, you know, with that comes really making choices from our heart. And the Lion's Gate will help us to do that, you know, get into more heart-centered living. So let's place our hands on our heart. And we'll just invite you to take a few long, deep cleansing breaths in through the nose and then out of the mouth. Inviting in our guides and angels, our council of light, to surround and protect, guide and direct us, asking to see, hear, feel and know what it is we need to know for the month ahead, for August, and how to navigate the energies with greater ease and grace. So we say thank you. Beautiful. So just keeping your intention in mind, you can relax relax, breathe and receive. And let's see what the guidance has. Wow. All right, so we're kicking off with a really strong card here. It's a master number 22. And 22 is a reminder, because this position represents where we currently see ourselves, you know, what the reality is that we're holding. And this is really a reminder that, you know, we are the creators of our life. We are the architects of our reality. And so to recognize that when we are making choices and decisions, you know, what is the motive behind that? As I said at the beginning, you know, are we still trying to prove ourselves, maybe seek validation from others? Are we giving our power away? Or are we coming from heart-centered choices, from our power center, staying, you know, authentic to ourselves? And so this is a real reminder to really be checking in, you know, what it is we're creating. And so the second position is about what is being reflected to us in the external world. And that could be, you know, friends, family, work colleagues, and the reality being reflected, 17. And 17 is an embodiment number of 8, and 8 is all about personal power. So as we were saying, you know, checking in, what is the guidance telling me? Am I coming from that lack mentality again? Or am I really coming from my empowered state of being? And if we're in our empowered state of being, then we're going to get that reflected back to us. And it means that, you know, we're making choices in flow with the direction that we want to go in, keeping in mind, you know, what your intention was. What is it we want to create in our life? So are we keeping our attention focused on that new reality, that outcome that we would desire? Or, you know, are we getting distracted by other things that are showing up in our reality that are not necessarily what we would like to be experiencing? So again, checking in, where am I coming from? What am I creating? And so from that, you know, we are creating shifts, we're changing, our reality is changing. And 23 is a master number of 5, and 5 is all about change, freedom, being in our sovereignty. And 23 is also saying that whatever we've been creating is going to be, or whatever we're focused on is going to be our reality. So again, choose where we focus our attention. Wherever our attention goes, energy flows. You've probably heard that saying. And so 23 is a reminder that we have choice in all situations. We don't have to just blindly go along with things because that's what others' preferences are. You know, really checking, does it feel in alignment or not? You know, am I feeling victimized? Am I in that victim mentality where I don't believe I have a choice? You know, really conquering that and becoming conscious of the choices that we make. So let's pull a clarifier. Wow, another powerful card. 11. 11 is a master number. And 11 is all about, you know, being in our divine intelligence. So really trusting the guidance that's coming through, the inner wisdom, and making choices on that. And it's also showing that, you know, it doesn't matter which way we go, we're all going to go in the same direction. It's really about whether we take the long route or the short route. And, you know, for me, I always think of the long route is, you know, we get distracted along the way and it takes us a lot longer to get to our desired reality than if we were to really keep checking in to our heart space, trusting the guidance that we're receiving and taking action on that. And it's also going to make our life, our experience, much more enjoyable, I would say. Beautiful. Oh, look at this. So this position represents, actually, let me just rewind a minute. So this position represents the underlying energy of the reading. So it's really important for August to really be checking in with that. Where am I creating from? Am I coming from that victim mentality, or am I coming from that empowered state of being from the heart? So really pay attention to that over August. And then this position is, well, what support am I getting? And the support from source is 3. I always think of this as like light speed, just the way it looks like it's going at top speed. So we're really shifting into our unique essence, and we're being supported to step more into our authentic self, our true self. So again, this is all leading up to that, to stay in our authenticity, to really trust our gut. What is it telling us? Moving forward, does it feel good or does it not feel good? Does something feel off? And just to hold back or to take a step back, pause before, we take our next step forward, so that we're not just blindly, getting led into situations that, we might say, oh, in hindsight, we've all been there, right? So moving on here, we've got the possible outcome. And 15, and this makes me think of, blood, and it might not be blood as in the family connection. It could be just who we're aligned with, who we're meant to journey with in this lifetime, calling in our soul tribe, people that are more aligned with our true authentic self. So once we start to come more and more out of the conditioning, out of the victim mentality, we start to align with people that match us on that wavelength. And we can have higher experiences, which is just beautiful. And so 15 is embodiment of 6, and 6, as I was saying, is about soul family forming, really being connected to your guides, and to receiving that guidance and following it. And the more we do that, we're able to create relationships beyond the conditioning, beyond that programming, and start to have experiences that are in a higher state of consciousness. And so again, it's about remembering, what reality do I want? What am I working towards? And making choices that are in alignment with what we want to create, rather than taking the long route, as I was saying earlier, and getting distracted along the way, and it just taking much longer to get to our destination, and probably a bit more painful, because we're going to then still be clearing out lower frequencies. And as I said, with that, it still might come a little bit of like grief as we're clearing out stuff, and letting go of people that have journeyed with us up until this point, and they're just not able to come any further with us. We have to part ways and take our own journey. All right, so with all that said, the probable outcome, or the new pattern that we're creating, is basically a new foundation to build from. 4 is always about new structures and following that intuition. And that really is what the new foundation for reality moving forward in this Aquarian age is going to be all about. It's not necessarily following the logical mind anymore. It's about trusting our intuition, really tapping into what our body is telling us and following that guidance. And, that's a big shift for many of us who haven't done that before. So it is going to take a lot of work and a lot of awareness. And so, we're really being called to develop a higher state of self-awareness. And again, it's recognizing when I'm being blindly led, I'm just in an old pattern of behavior, conditioned behavior, or am I really consciously choosing, do I want this? And so that's a great, great card to end on. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to pull a journey card to support the reading. But I think the overall message is to really be discerning, to really start to be aware of what reality we're choosing. And as always, perfect. I let go and choose flow. Love yourself as you release what is no longer serving you. And, that is essentially what the message for the whole reading has been about. It's, reminding us that we do have a choice in all situations. going with the flow, I think for me means flowing with what feels good, not necessarily going along with the crowd. And again, a reminder that as things do fall away that no longer serve us, and the grief that might come with that we really have to be able to love ourselves through it all, and know that everything is serving us for our highest potential, even when it doesn't always feel like it. We have to trust that that is the case, that the universe is friendly, the universe is supporting us. So let's read from the book. Oh, and it's 28, so that's 1. And 1 again is about, new beginnings, trusting our guidance, and maybe getting ahas, like, aha, that's why I've been experiencing this up until this point. What's the lesson that I've learned? And then we can shift through that. We don't have to keep recreating the same lessons over and over. So it says, when in the depths of transformation, the more you let go without resistance, the more rapidly you are able to shift. That's what I was saying here about taking the long route or the short road. Being willing, honest, and vulnerable allows you to see what you are ready to release. Ask what your soul is ready to shift and what area of growth beckons you. When you are unhappy in life, struggling, or in pain, you are being called to expansion. What are you holding on to that no longer serves you, that keeps you in lower frequency patterns? Be ready to release and move into the next level of your evolution. The divine always answers your call. Take a moment to get quiet and clear your mind. Ask what you need to see. Connect to the guidance within your sacred heart. Embrace the change that offers to bring you into higher frequencies. Love yourself as you release what no longer serves you. Affirm aloud, I let go and choose flow. I trust divine guidance to show me my next. And, that's what this card was saying, trusting our inner guidance. And we kicked off with this as a reminder that we are creating our reality. We can no longer blame external circumstances for what happens to us. At every moment we have a choice on how to respond to what shows up for us. Do you want this? Yes or no? And a reminder again here that we have a choice in each situation. We can choose if we want it or not. Really, really beautiful, strong, powerful message this month, which goes perfectly with the Lionsgate energies that we're already starting to shift into. Very empowering, and a reminder to really, trust the wisdom of our heart. Nice. Okay, so with that said, let's code. And so I invite you just to take a few long, deep cleansing breaths in through the nose and out of the mouth. And you may like to just raise your eyes gently to focus on your third eye. Just feel a slight tension behind your eyes. As we bring in this new code into the DNA to allow your body to hold this high frequency, enabling you to shift your reality with much greater ease. And so the code coming through is 22, 8, 5, 11, 3, 6, 4, 1. Take a deep breath and hold. And just notice how your body feels, allowing that code to activate every cell in the body. Nice. We say thank you, I love you, it is done. Really good reading today. As always, I invite you to share your comments, what you're experiencing, what are you noticing, how are these readings and codings enabling you to shift. And I have opened some spots this month, so if you'd like your own personal reading, check out the links below, or head over to my website, which is theconsciouscreationcoach.com. I've also opened up a few complimentary spots if you want to spend 30 minutes with me gaining clarity around your next steps and what you're currently facing in your reality. All right, beautiful. So with that said, wishing you a wonderful month ahead, an empowering month, and I look forward to seeing you in September. Have a good summer. Bye for now.